Hello, hello friends. Welcome to the channel brittleconnect.com. In this session, we will discuss the async and defer used in the script tag. Okay, so we will discuss with all three. Like if you will have no any attribute, then or with async or with defer in script tag. So you have seen somewhere written like in script tag we have if there is something script, then you have seen that somewhere you have written async or somewhere you can have seen like defer, and some of them are scripts are which don't use any of these attribute. Basically discuss why we use without any attribute, with async attribute, and with defer. So what is the difference when to use? Okay, so we will discuss each by. Okay, so see, when you place any script, okay, inside your document, okay, so what happens when the HTML parsing is done, means we are doing, so it stops for that place where the script arrives, and for that moment it download the script and then compile the script. Then after again your HTML parsing starts. Okay, that means you can see, let's suppose your HTML document is parsing step by step, and suddenly it strikes with any script tag. If it doesn't have any attribute, then what it does, it pauses its work, and then it start download script. Okay, after the downloading complete, it starts compiling of a script. Okay, when all this happens, done, complete, then it again resume from this pause. Okay, that means it again resumes HTML parsing. Okay, so what will happen? Let's suppose if you have multiple of scripts like that in your page. So for that particular period, your HTML parsing will be paused, and this will take you more time if you have large number of scripts in your file document. Okay, if your script file is of large size, okay, then again it will take more time of downloading plus compiling. Okay, so to avoid from the downloading time, okay, what we do, we use async. Okay, so this is the case happens when this normal script is done. Okay, now what will happen if you are using with async? If you are using the async, then HTML parsing is doing its work. It doesn't pauses when it strikes with any script tag. It starts downloading parallelly. Start downloading script parallelly to the HTML parsing. Okay. When the downloading completes, it then pauses its HTML parsing. Okay. And start compiling of script. And again, when compiling of a script is complete, it again resumes with HTML parsing. Okay. So the difference between both of them is that you don't have to wait for the downloading time. Let the downloading time is, let's suppose, 2 seconds. So your parsing time will HTML parsing time will take 2 seconds more. Okay, in normal case. But if you will use async, then you will save your 2 seconds of time. Okay. Now what will happen if you use the third case with defer? Okay. So see, HTML parsing is doing its work. Okay, suddenly it strikes with a new script. Okay, so what it do, it starts downloading script parallelly. Okay, and this doesn't happen here. Okay, And also this doesn't happen here. Okay, it will start its scripting download parallelly and it will complete there. Normally download complete will be there. Okay. Okay, it doesn't compile that script at that moment. It will not resume HTML parsing. Okay, it first complete the HTML parsing. When the total HTML parsing will be completed, then it will compile the script. Okay, that means at the compiling end of HTML parsing, okay, then it starts compiling of script, means at the last. Okay, so why defer will be beneficial in respect of async? See what happen if you are using async and you strike with two scripts with async inside your HTML parsing. Okay, so the downloading of API is asynchronous operation. Okay, async operation. So it may take time, whatever the time, okay, will not be equal to the time downloading time of another script. Okay, okay. So whatever the script is first, let's suppose that this script is first. HTML parsing is done and this is the first script. It starts downloading. Okay, but similarly you have another script here, script 2, but it takes 2 seconds. It takes, let's suppose, 3 seconds. Sorry, this will take, let's suppose, 3 seconds and it will take 1 second. That means the first started script will take 3 seconds to get the response, but the second one will be your first one. Okay, that means the compilation of this script will be your first rather than this. Okay, so this is the asynchronous operation which will break your dependency. Let's suppose this script has your dependency with this one. This maybe have to be loaded first. Okay, then it should be loaded. Okay, so for the to avoid that dependency break, we use the defer. In this case, we only download the script no matter how much time it takes. It will download whatever the time it will take. Okay, no matter. Okay, all will be compiled at the end as well. Let's suppose this is the first script, so first script will be compiled at the end, then after second, then after third. Okay, that means your sequence will be maintained here. If one is dependent to the first one, this one is dependent with this one script, then you will easily get your dependency here. So there is no dependency break. Okay, so that means if you want to have your dependency, if you have the dependency, then use defer dependency between scripts. If you have dependency between scripts, okay, use defer. Okay, and if you don't have any dependency, then use async. Use dependency between scripts, defer, and if you have don't have any dependency between scripts, then use async. Okay, and if your script is too small, that doesn't matter. For any async operations to save your time, then you can easily go with without any tags. Okay, so by example you can see we have an example of image here. So you can see in output slide. So you can see that when you have a normal script, you can see this HTML parsing is doing its work and suddenly it gets with any script. So it starts fetching of script, but you can see in the underside for this scope from here to here, this range, the HTML parsing is paused. That means the time is taken here. Okay, in HTML parsing, it will stop its work. Okay, and your script is fetching, that is downloading your script, and then after that downloading, the script execution is started. That means script is being compiled, and after the completion, again HTML parsing is resumed. So that means you can see for this range of period, HTML parsing is stopped. Okay. Similarly, if you are using the async one, you can see in HTML parsing is doing its work, but script fetch is doing its work in parallelly. There under this you can see there is no pause of HTML parsing. That means you are saving your time. Okay. And when the script download is complete, then after it pauses. Okay, and the script compilation does. Okay, and again it is resumed after the completion of the script. Okay, so the third one is that you can see if any script fetch is there, it do its work parallelly and it doesn't compile at immediate. Okay, so it takes an in your queue, and whatever the sequence is there of script downloading, it maintains its queue, and after the parsing completes of HTML, it starts compilation of script as per the sequence order. Okay, so for sequence order, okay, you have to use defer. If you have no sequence order or dependency, so you can use async. And if you don't bother about your performance, okay, or time issue, you have a lightweight of a script, so don't matter. Okay, so you can use easily your script tag. Okay, so this is the basic difference. You can easily relate with your project, implement with your projects, so that it saves your times in the HTML compilation. Okay. Okay, thank you for watching the session.